this is Ruth the Forex Lady here with another video. And today I am going to be talking to you guys specifically about the 50 and the 200 EMAs. Now, before I start, are you guys subscribed to my YouTube channel and are you a part of our Telegram channel family? If not, then head on over there because we tend to have a lot of fun over there. Well, at least I do. Let's get right into the video. So today I'm going to show you guys how powerful the 50 and the 200 is. Now I treat this as a confirmation of my trend. Now I want to show you guys how easy it is just by looking at the 50 and the 200, not even taking into consideration our daily chart. So right here, my 50 and my 200 has crossed. Now, why do I know that this is a downtrend? Okay, the 200 period moving average, exponent, or any moving average, exponential, simple, linear, but the 200 is the bigger number and the 50 is the smaller number. That is basic mathematics. Mathematics 101. 200 is bigger than 50. So the bigger number tends to be a slower moving average, and the 50 is a faster period moving average. So that means that the 50 period moving average is going to reflect price action quicker than a 200 period moving average. Okay, let me say that in a different way. Price or the 50 period moving average is going to follow price a lot closer than a 200 period moving average. So think about it from the perspective, someone who is 50 pounds is going to be able to catch up to a runner way more or way faster than someone who is 200 pounds. Someone who's 200 pounds is clearly overweight and they are going to be slower than someone who is 50 pounds. Which I mean, I don't think any human being should be 50 pounds, but you get the drift, okay? So the 200 period moving average is a slower period than the 50. So when the 50 is below, another way, when the 200 is above, we are in an overall downtrend. When the 50 is above, as in this case here, the 50 is above and my 200 is below, we are in an overall trend. Okay, so let's look at this downtrend. Okay, so these arrows signify shark fins. Okay, you all are familiar with shark fins. If not, I will do another video on shark fins. Okay, so we are looking at what happens. So we have price, or our EMAs rather, crossing here. Our 200 is going above my 50 and we crossed. We coming into the market into London session and we sold. Coming into the next day, price came up to retest the 200 EMA and we sold. Now, when you start to see the EMAs bunched together like this, I tend to stay away from the markets because I'm not sure what it's going to do. But when we see it start separating, what does it do? It sold and it sold and it rose, pinned it, and it sold. Okay, let's go back. Look at this. This was a long run. Our 200 period, now this was bunched up, so we don't want to be in this. But when it broke out, guess what? We bought. We bought. We bought. We bought. Right? It pulled back a little bit. That is how the market moves. But then it bought. This happens on every single pair. You name the pair. Let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, 50 and 200 cross. 50 is above, so we're looking for buys. We bought. Okay, it pinned the 200 and it bought. Right, now we have the EMAs bunched up, but it's still above and we bought. Now it crossed to the downside, the 50 is below and we sold. We sold. Okay, now I don't really trade these hours, but we still bought. Now we sold. Now we sold. Now we sold. Let's see, the EMAs are bunched up together. We don't want to be in this, but now it's separated. We sold. We sold. Now, right now, current price, our 50 is above, so it is buying. Now, why is this important? This is important because when I'm entering the markets, I want to have a directional bias. I want to know what direction am I looking to trade. Now, if I come into the market and I see my 50 is below, I would be looking for selling opportunities. Now, from my last video, we would have been also looking at the daily, right? You would have been looking at the daily. Now we will be looking whether or not price is above or below the 13 EMA on a daily chart. So if I was to look at Bitcoin, I would say, oh, Bitcoin is trading below the 13 EMA. So I would be looking for selling opportunities, even though price is currently buying, because we know even, let's look at how the market moves. Even when we are selling, sometimes we have a buy. You know that. Let's look at how the day moves. This is a daily candle. Price sold, sold, sold. On these days, price would have bought. Does it mean that the trend changed? Absolutely not. It just means that on these particular days, price just gave us buying candles and then we continued selling, few buying candles, selling, a few buying candles. That is how the market moves. We move in waves. So because this is buying, or it looks as though it's buying right now, on the 15-minute chart, it is definitely going to look as though we are in an uptrend because the 15-minute chart is a definite lower time frame. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys identify trends. This happens on every pair that you can think about. Let's look at pound Aussie. A bit of choppiness, but our 50 is above the 200 and we have buying movement. It crossed here and right now I would be looking for a sell. But let's look at the daily and see what is taking place. Insert moving average. And what do we see? Oh, I see that we are trading above the 13 period moving average on the daily. So even though this is telling me that we are selling right now, I would be waiting for a buying opportunity. All right. So I want to thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. It is always a pleasure. I love doing these videos. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.